Live your life by the milestones and not calendar. My watch says it's Thursday right now and we decided to escape the hustle bustle of Namma Bengaluru to head out to Scotland of India, Coorg. But like they say, all journeys have secret destinations of which the traveler is unaware. We came across this Harangi backwaters which are spectacular amongst this grassland. And for our companion, we have the Scandinavian beauty, the Volvo XC60. For this incredible journey to Coorg, we decided to opt for the newly constructed Bangalore-Mysore Expressway. As the saying goes, drive is the reason, destination is just an excuse. We were fortunate enough to be blessed with thick flora and fauna on our way to Harangi backwaters, a mini forest in itself that leads you to these amazing backwaters. A calm lake is engulfed by the sprawling grasslands where you can take a stroll on the evenings. It was then time for us to visit our destination for the day, Coorg. As much as we were excited about Coorg, we were very excited for the fact that we are going to stay in one of the best places possible in Coorg. In fact, this is the second time when we are back to this beautiful resort, our hospitality partner for the day, Coorg Wilderness Resort. Coorg Wilderness Resort is strategically located amidst the thick forest and coffee plantations of Coorg, providing a serene and idyllic setting for guests to unwind and reconnect with nature. Situated away from the busy tourist hubs, this resort offers a secluded haven while still being easily accessible from most of the places. Wow, I knew the coffee was really nice, not that sweet, just like how coffee is supposed to be. But that excitement doesn't end here because they promised us that they have a really nice room waiting for us, a proper studio room with loads and loads of love and decoration in it. Let's check that out. The ambience of rooms is so warm and air is so cool and cozy. Air conditioning is not required throughout the resort. Yes, you heard that right. None of the rooms are actually equipped with ACs, thus ensuring that extra bit of comfort and luxury while still offering opulent eco-friendliness. Good morning, guys. I think we should consider ourselves fortunate enough to be woken up by chirping of birds and not alarm clocks. And today was one such day when the lovely birds in the forest behind us woke us up before the sunrise. So for der kis baat ki, let's head out there in this beautiful property and check out the Volvo XC60 in every possible bit. We are here by the infinity pool at this beautiful resort and I'm here to take you through the exteriors of the gorgeously looking Scandinavian beauty, the Volvo XC60. Just look at it, looks like God has taken all the time and effort that he probably had to make this, to craft this to perfection. So starting off with, I think Volvo deserves some extra brownie points for retaining the amazing elegant design of the XC60 since ages and decades. And in spite of the car being very fresh and brewed up, it still looks that it has some tradition to its earlier avatars of the Volvo cars. You have the long elongated bonnet with sharp creases running from the rear of the bonnet to the front. I think if I had to exaggerate, S90 is one car which has one of the longest bonnet that I've ever seen. And moving slightly further, you have the lovely LED headlamps with the traditional Volvo's T-shaped DRLs here, which is nothing but the Thor's hammer DRLs. You also get LED fog lamps because it deserves a special mention. The reason being, not all cars are getting fog lamps these days, and special thanks to Volvo for actually retaining them. You have the vertically slated chrome plated grille, and the usage of chrome is actually minimum to what is required and it's not overdone, and wherever it's overdone it's actually quite subtle. You have the lovely new Volvo's logo which is running across the length and breadth of the front grille. That's what Volvo's logos have been known for. And then you have the front skid plate which has a touch of chrome in the front bottom there. Overall the design looks very nice and futuristic, especially with the updated XC60. You get a redesigned front bumper which has more sharps and creases than ever before. So after a brief stint at the Infinity swimming pool, we are here at the helipad with the Volvo XC60, hoping to fly back today instead of driving back. So talking about the tire profile of this particular car, you have 235 55 R19, basically 19-inch alloys running on Michelin Latitude Sport. But what's actually good is they've given a 55 profile tire for India and not something slightly lower. But another thing to be notified here is the front parking sensor. You can see how closely it is placed to the edge of the bumper so that it's very accurate. And not to miss, you also get a proper tow hook in this car. So talking about the side profile of the car, it has a proper silhouette and it's not very big like the XC90 or something, and it's not too small for you to actually regret later after spending more than 80 lakh rupees on this car. You of course get a 360-degree camera. There's a camera here on the ORVM, but what's actually pretty interesting is there are a couple of neat chrome elements here on the lower part of the side profile and also of course on the roof rail side. But if there's something that I really appreciate here is this super duper knick-knack feature where I just have to have the key in my pocket. In fact, the key fob, come here, just pull the door and get inside. And there's not even a proper request sensor, it's all sensor based here. This is so damn cool. So the distance between Bangalore to this particular resort is approximately 300 kilometers, and we have around half a tank of fuel still left, all courtesy the large 71-liter fuel tank of the Volvo XC60. You have the XC60 badging which will be greeted with at the rear, and then you have 6 parking sensors in the car. Because such mein yaad nahi, when was the last time I saw a car with 6 parking sensors at the rear. Volvo just being Volvo in terms of safety. And then you have this small thin chrome strip which is attached to the rear bumper. And if you notice something, Volvo has actually omitted the exhaust completely from this. The earlier XC60 had visible exhaust. The reason why they have omitted is Volvo wants to tell the world ki listen, sooner or later you're not going to find exhaust in our cars because we're going completely electric. तो अभी तो exhaust अंदर छुपा है, उसके बाद वो भी disappear हो जाएगा completely. So we've been shooting the Volvo XC60 since morning and we're actually pretty hungry. It's breakfast time right now, but what's the point of having a ready-made breakfast on your table? That's too mainstream and cliche. Here is an organic farm in this resort and we're going to actually pluck some vegetables, the properly ripe vegetables, and give it to a chef who is going to curate a dish for us today. So let's get plucking right there. So we're going to start off with brinjal, not because brinjal is a very special dish, but because it's the nearest vegetable to us right now. And we just handed over the basket to pick some vegetables. So we saw some ducks there. We thought, why don't we feed them with some nice brinjals, because I heard that they like brinjals. So let's see how do they react to brinjals. So we have fresh vegetables in one basket and we have country chicken eggs in another basket. Let's see what best the chef can make out of it. God has blessed the Volvo XC60 with 480 odd liters of boot space, and the electrical tailgate can actually be completely opened using the key fob here and can be closed as well. And we're going to keep our mehnat ka phal, the freshly plucked vegetables, into this massive boot space. So if there's one brand which promises excellent craftsmanship and really good quality for whatever cars they offer, that has to be the Volvo. And I'll tell you one interesting thing actually. Even if you look at the Volvo XC60, Volvo XC40, XC90, S90, whatever it is now, you'll find the same 9-inch infotainment system there. That is because Volvo want to give the same kind of experience to the XC40 customers and the XC90 customers in terms of the basic tech and infotainment. That's what differentiates Volvo from rest of the other luxury brands out there. Talking about the cabin space, it looks very nice. The seating is 12-way electrically adjustable, and then you have a very good view of the field of vision from the front. I can see the bonnet completely. The front 2 seats are actually equipped with massage, and not just that, matlab yahan pe na ventilation and heating can happen simultaneously in this seat. That is what is very unique. And apart from that, you have a 9-inch infotainment system here. You have, from that, there is something very cool here. You can access Google Maps directly without your phone, nothing, no wireless charging, no Apple CarPlay. You have Google infotainment system here where you can access all the kind of YouTube, whatever you want with the Google Maps directly here, including Apple CarPlay, of course. completely wireless. So that is a big plus, because you don't have to be dependent on your phone every single time. And then you get the Bose and Wilkins sound system in this, which is very good, which we'll check out eventually. And you have a lovely wood finish for the front dash here with a strong leather. It's not hard touch, it's not super soft, but it's just optimum, like the way it's supposed to be. You have the nice multifunctional steering wheel here with plethora of controls on left and right side here. Quality of stacks is absolutely freaking top notch. There is no second thought about it. They are built to last for a very long time there. And then you have a 12.3-inch odd driver cockpit here that gives you a plethora of information, including the speedometer, what is the fuel range remaining, what is the trip distance, and every single thing that you would probably imagine. Wouldn't want to get into every single detail there in the interest of time. And then you can actually open the boot directly from the electrically switch here. That is one of the options apart from other various cool functions that we saw earlier. The talking point, of course, in Volvo cars has to be this lovely crystalline gear shift selector in the automatic cars, of course, because every Volvo is automatic right here. It is very nice, small, and people absolutely love it. Looks sparkling at night. And then there is a wooden finish here also. You can charge your phone wirelessly from here. There are a couple of cup holders here, and you have a wooden cover here for the 12-volt charging socket as well. Talking about charging ports, you have two Type-C charging ports here and two at the rear. Overall, a very nice place to be in. Of course, auto dimming IRVMs are there here. You have a very cool way to open the sunroof. Just touch it, matlab it just senses your finger and opens the sun blinds and sunroof there, which is again a neat touch. Not to forget, you have two memory functions. I think Volvo could have actually offered a third one here, because that is a trend right now in the market. And the dead pedal is actually very big. So that said, overall seat comfort is nice. And talking about the seat comfort, these are actually approved by renowned orthopedists in the world. So Volvo has actually gone to them and studied how is the spine going to react in various conditions. Based on that, Volvo decided that, hey, if your car actually takes a proper jump mid-air and then it lands, nothing is going to happen to your spine, because these seats actually come with spine protection. Yes, you heard that right. So let's quickly move on to the second row space, which is equally important as the driver's seat in Volvo cars. So as soon as you move to the rear of the Volvo XC60, first thing that you realize is the panoramic sunroof is huge. It's actually very huge, to ensure that you're not feeling claustrophobic in this big car. But that said, I have one small concern here. The seats are not very comfortable as the front seats, and the huge transmission tunnel makes things slightly more complicated, and the seats are pretty firm. I'm not denying that. You have an armrest, but wait, where are the cup holders? Ta-dang, magic. You have this lovely small retracting cup holders here, and there are two Type-C charging socket to be precise. You can control the temperature of the cabin from here with a soft touchscreen like function here. Again, doors get a proper door pocket here, and overall experience is pretty good. Not extremely as plush as the front one, but the small touch of light deserves a special mention. And talking about the comfort, the legroom is pretty good. It's actually very good. Underside support is decent. It could have been slightly more better. I just feel the seat is slightly dipped in like this. It could have been thoda sa straight, so that you are pampered with better comfort. And again, headroom is actually very good. I can't wait to actually try out the vegetables that we have plucked with so much great difficulty. So let's quickly get into it. This is exactly the same brinjal and potatoes which we actually plucked from the farm there. भूख तो बहुत ज़्यादा लगी है. So let's see how does this taste. After all, they're very much organic. Not kidding, this is one of the best brinjals I've ever had in my life. So talking about the specs of the engine, you get a 2-liter engine that produces 250 bhp and 350 Newton meters of torque. But what's actually important is you get a 48 volts mild hybrid system with the Volvo XC60. But don't miss out how high this particular bonnet actually rises. And thankfully you have hydraulic struts to do the job for you. So on the driver's seat of Volvo XC60, first things first, you get a 2-liter engine that produces 250 bhp and 350 Newton meters of torque, rhyming at 250-350. So it's going to be easy for you to remember. You don't have to remember, because when you actually sit in this car and you start driving this, it doesn't feel like 250 bhp, because it feels more than 250 bhp on tap. Yes. And talking about the gearbox, you get a 8-speed gearbox in this car, and there is no dedicated driving mode as such, but there is an off-road mode. just in case you want. For example, right now we are in the Madikeri Bangalore highway, and there was one instance where I had to overtake a bus. मैंने मतलब बस को तो ओवरटेक करने का प्लान तो स्टार्ट हो चुका था दिमाग में, and I'm pressing full throttle. The car is not going only. It took 1.5 seconds for it to realize I'm pressing full throttle, and it's only then when the car went. I think that is one area where I kind of feel diluted whenever this happens with me, because I feel that it should be responsive when you press on the gas pedal. I feel that the car should instantly respond, and especially in overtaking manuals, it's very, very important. Yeah, so that is the only nitpick that I have in the driving dynamics. Nahi to it's pretty good to drive, and I think it's one of the SUVs from the Swedish-German combination, which is pretty good. Generally I've seen in fact if you compare this to Q5, I would pick this or the Q5 in terms of driving dynamics, because it's actually pretty good to drive. You get an electrically powered assisted steering. Talking about the EPS, it's one of the nicest EPS, because I was just actually pushing the car properly when coming, and I saw that even in curves the car is pretty good in terms of the steering responses it has. That's why Volvo being Volvo does a very nice thing every time. What Volvo does is, there's an option here to stiffen up your steering extra. I switch on every time I sit in a Volvo car. Nahi to what happens is the steering feels slightly lifeless. But Volvo wants to address both customers as well as potential enthusiasts and enthusiasts like us. That's why it gives that option, which is a very good thing. And talking about the brakes in general, of course, you get 4 disc brakes. Talking about the brakes, you get 4 disc brakes in this car, which is a good move. The braking power is stupendous. It's fantastic. I remember one of the instances when I was coming, I had to brake suddenly. The car braked without any drama. थोड़ा सा आवाज आ रहा था टायर के, Michelin tires है ये, but it was manageable. No much blocker or something like that. Visit to Coorg is incomplete without a small off-road drive. Although the Volvo XC60 is capable, but it's an all-wheel drive, so it has certain limitations. But don't worry, we have an ATV here at Coorg Wilderness Resort to back you for the adventure. So for there kis baat ki, let's check out the ATV's capabilities in that curated track there. So that was a short sweet ride in ATV. I think we had a wonderful experience here. Honestly, this is the first time where I got to experience the potential of the ATV. Lovely bike there. You can check out a reel where we actually dedicated a proper reel for ATVs. So we are here at the beautiful natural pond to conclude our thoughts on the Volvo's XC60. So if you're looking for a car which is going to look very, very classy on your weekend party, and if you're looking for a car which can take you from point A to point B in utmost safety, and I think this is the one that you can kind of consider. Not just that, it's an excellent package in terms of the comfort it offers in the front 2 seats, in terms of the space it offers in the first and second row seats, and of course with a healthy 480 liters plus boot space. I think this is one car that can fit into your garage for multiple purposes. But that said, I think Volvo should have kind of focused on adding some features which are more relevant to 2023. Like for example, it still misses out on things like heads-up display, which is kind of found in cars with a cheaper price bracket. Not just that, actually in this particular variant, Volvo has decided to remove some features, omit some particular features. I think that is something that shouldn't have been done, because manufacturers are adding more and more features, and I think we shouldn't be omitting features right now. But that said, I think this is one car that is going to fit most of your bills in whatsoever condition it is. And another brownie point is it has a lot of knick-knack features which we are going to show in an exclusive reel. And thank you so much for being part of this very important review in this very, very beautiful place, Coorg Wilderness Resort, which is our hospitality partner for the day. Signing off, see you some other time. Take care and drive safe.